Hi everyone, this is Celeste, and here are some of my mostly K-pop opinions because it's getting crazy over here. Jay Park, a solo Korea promoting artist, recently tweeted about how when he was at a bar, he was asked for his ID, saying, "I look so young." Then someone replied to him saying everyone's ID is checked and you look 45, to which he replied saying that they probably were 12 and didn't have a job. Then the person replied, listing all their achievements. Then Jay Park replied that anyone can fake things online, but his achievements are public so everyone can see, to which the fan replied with more insults. Now, first of all, First of all, why is that person so insecure? Just let the man have his moment. Second, Jay Park. Bro, you are not any better. Like, you're a full-grown man with media training who apparently can't let random people's comments go. So for all of you who need to hear this, people will always have things to say, positive and negative, but it's your choice whether you want to listen to the positive or negative things, and apparently Jay Park chose negative, so here we are. Now both people who apparently had no other way to spend their day are now a laughingstock by embarrassing both themselves and each other. So today we learned that people will always have things to say, but you choose whether you want to hear the positive or negative things that come out of their mouths. Recently, a fan told Asa that she looked healthy, to which she touched her cheeks and looked in a mirror beside her, seemingly upset. Now fans have been calling idols healthy for a long time now, thinking it's okay because they don't mean it as an insult, but from an idol's perspective, someone who was taught and trained that anything but being called skinny is an insult, that is not as seemingly kind. The fan probably didn't mean it in a rude way, but honestly, this says a lot. Not about the fan, but about the idol industry itself. Idols are put on harsh diets, told they are nothing without their beauty, told that their weight is what symbolizes their status in the industry. And these standards are even more harsh for female idols, so it's not surprising at all that Asa acted like that. During a fan lottery game, Zero Base One's Gunwalk announced a winning number as 10 when it was believed to be a 6 or 9. The number 10 was a fan who had gone to many of the group's fan meetups. So you can see why this sparked even more outrage. I absolutely agree that if everything is how it seems, then he shouldn't be manipulating fan awards, if you can call it that. Just because a fan spends more money on the group doesn't mean other fans have to get treated worse, because favoritism is not the answer here, but hopefully he learned his lesson now and we can all move on, because I saw some of y'all were full on hating on him, which I agree this wasn't fair, but we got it. No need for hate. His company probably already gave him hell for it, but hopefully he learned his lesson. Manipulating votes is not the answer. We should all try to be fair and right with everyone, not because everyone will give you hell if you don't, but because that's what a decent citizen does. G-Dragon has like a bunch of videos on Instagram shipping him with Jennie. This man just continues to be more and more problematic. He cannot catch a break. It's like he wants to be in trending news, and this is the only way to do so for him. Like, sir, if this two are or were actually dating, then why announce it to the public? I mean, he doesn't have to worry, because at the end of the day, it's the woman facing the hate train, not G-Dragon himself, so why should he worry? I mean, he's already proven to us he doesn't care and isn't worth it, so. Just like you read, aespa staff members took a fan's camera and deleted all the content inside, but this was because there were also photos of Winter, which she had taken when the fan gave her the camera. Those photos were personally taken by Winter and not official staff, so it was deleted. Honestly, this is company protocol, so even if the staff didn't want to, they had to delete the footage because they would face consequences if the footage was not deleted, and I think the staff shouldn't be blamed here. But honestly, if the fan had kept Winter's pictures, it would have caused legal issues, so it's better this way. Zero Base One's Hanbin is now being accused of cheating his band member. Gunwalk after he showed that the number on his letter was really the one he said out loud. Now, couldn't he actually been doing that? Yes. Was he? We don't know, and probably never will. But if I had to guess, I would say he was trying to not end up the same situation as his member. But solo stands, of course, have to shame another idol, so theirs looks prettier. Trust me when I say Zero Base One is full of solo stands that are ready to throw Ayan, Faye at you for breathing. And by you, I mean the other members, just looks at the way the group was formed. A survival show full of competition and solo stands. Plus, all the members come from individual companies, so solo stands were no surprise to be a must here. It is genuinely so heartbreaking to see idols and people in general being faced with hate over things they can't control, especially when the hate comes from a group of people. But Giselle handled this with such diva energy. I mean, just watch this.
Today you have all of me. You have barefaced me, you have raw me, you have swearing me, you have everything right now. How did you lose so much weight? You know, you guys talk about my looks a lot. Honestly, that's really all you talk about when it comes to me, and it's a natural thing. People lose weight, people gain weight. I've gained weight before, I've lost weight before. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've lost around 10 kilograms since in the past like 7 years, and things like that happen as you age as well. If you know, you know, but I have ADHD, so sometimes I'm just not hungry. Am I healthy? Does it look like I'm healthy? I mean, I am healthy. I try really hard to be healthy, like I do, but it's hard for a K-pop star to be healthy. If I'm being honest with you, it's very hard. About people being judgy, I feel sorry for you. Like, honestly, the fact that you give a fuck about the way that I look is just so interesting. You know, just people in general really like talking about the way I look or what I lack in. I do see that shit, of course I do, but it's kind of sad. You know, you're looking older because I am older. What the f-? Bro, I am older than I was last year. I will be older next year too, so surprise. Did you ever regret being an idol? No. But I will tell you one thing. It is very far from who I really am. What would you change about the K-pop industry? Scams. This is not beneficial to me at all, me saying this. Very not smart of me. Being inhumane to people in an inhumane society. Yeah, I would change that about K-pop.
There were points in this live stream where you could see she was genuinely upset. It looked like she was about to cry, and you being the cause of it is genuinely humiliating. All you people that think this is okay need a wake-up call, because this is not normal. A Sasing that had previously found Wonbin's number and had contacted him now messaged Anton. Fans are worried about Anton since he is also underage and are urging him to be careful. Honestly, SM idols have been having security concerns now for ages. And it's crazy how they are still going on for so long. SM idols have been dealing with these kind of people for way, way too long now. And what's even crazier is people don't talk enough about it either. Like, how are we in the Big 26 and this still happens? The company should threaten legal stands to those who continue. Of course, the problem here isn't the fact the fan messaged Anton on Bubble. It's that this fan has been able to go so far as to find out a member's phone number, and now is seemingly going after another idol with probably the same intentions. Momo looked annoyed at a fan sign when she saw a fan peeking at her dog's collar where her personal information is given. This is so stupid. No, because how are we going on and on and on about idol safety? Every single day, and people are still here doing this let the woman be. Do you really think she's going to be impressed seeing you at her front door asking her out? Well, if you think she is, trust me, she's not. Respect people's privacy just like they respect yours. It genuinely feels like I'm a robot saying the same thing again and again. I've only made 3 videos in this series, and I have talked about idol safety so many times that just by taking the parts of the videos I talked about this, you could make a whole separate video. And it's honestly exhausting how this keeps happening again and again. When are we going to stop treating idols like this and start being human? First, it was IVE who was being targeted by this, then BTS, Stray Kids, and now Longshot's Ryul too. It's like people pointing this out are just screaming into a wall. So I'm gonna say it again for the 103rd time for the people in the back. Idols are neither a toy, nor your property, nor someone you can hurt. Triple S's Neen was sent to the hospital after she collapsed at Music Bank. The crazy part about this is she returned after getting treated. And if you know the inside of the K-pop world, you know this is not uncommon. This happens way more than what people think, but companies love to hide it because if not, their stocks will plummet, which is never a good thing. For the companies, of course. But normal does not mean okay because, come on, who in their right mind does that? The people that think this is normal only think that because it's an idol we're talking about. If that was anyone else, trust me, we wouldn't be here, except this is the K-pop world. Now, normally this would not really be a question I would ask, but since these videos are K-pop opinions videos that might anger many people, I don't know if I should add the sources where names because I'm not trying to attract hate towards people. Even though my audience is now small, you never know what might happen soon. I'm pretty confused about this. I also reached out to the creators where I got the footage from, but they never responded. So here I am asking you guys because maybe y'all have a reasonable explanation. Also, don't worry, everyone's opinions and advice will be considered regardless,